Hey, I'm Gabby from Gabby's Room and welcome to my video. So as you can see, I am in a different room because this room is probably better for filming, although I do not have a background yet. I was going to review my portfolio because I found it recently and I also felt like dressing up today. I have never worn a scarf top and this one actually works quite well, so I might incorporate it into my summer look. I also have this necklace which I think I talked about in the video, and then I put this cross on it, and then I'm just wearing normal trusty leggings. I don't know, that wasn't meant to be like an outfit of the day or anything, but there you go. Okay, so let's start with the first page. This is the first page of my portfolio. Now this is from a film which is on YouTube, I'll link it below. And it's one of my first kind of 2D stop motion kind of hybrid films that I made about me not liking piano practice. And so then on the second page we have more stills from that film. As you see, that is meant to be me. Third image we have is like a mood board and a picture of my sketchbook, and I also put some letters on it. I don't know if you can see that, some letters on it. And then the fourth page is the storyboard of the whole film, and I kind of wanted to condense it into one page so you could see it like that. I hadn't actually done a storyboard before I started to make my film, but I just pretended I did. And then showed me this and was like, oh, this is all the planning I did, whereas actually I did it afterwards because I'm not so good at working in the most traditional linear way. So next I have some pictures that I took at my friend's house. So when I was finishing my art foundation, I was also applying to, well, I applied to 3 animation courses and then 2 film ones. I wanted to tailor to the film courses as well, so that's why I added in this, because I didn't know whether I really wanted to do animation or if I just wanted to do film. And then with that film that I made, I used some animation. I don't think this one is on YouTube, but if it is, I will link it. And it's horrible stop motion. I made these really strange puppets, and yeah, not the best animation ever. And then I have the planning of it because I wanted to show my thought process and how I work. So this is stills of my sketchbook, and then some pictures of the puppets, which I literally made by wrapping paper around wire. So it's super simple, these puppets. I also included the storyboards. In most of my interviews I kind of ran through this very quickly and didn't even open it. I just showed them that, like, look, I can storyboard, because in the film courses you need to show that in your portfolio as well as still images of film or like sketchbook work. So yeah, more storyboards. This one I really like. I included some prints that I did in foundation, and these I did maybe like in my first class of foundation, so long ago, but I really liked them. My next 2 come as a pair, so it's these 2, which I love. I love these paintings. These were just spray paints that I made on foundation in the fine art class. I so almost did fine art. I would have carried on making stuff like this, but I hoped I'd be able to incorporate stuff like this into my animation work. Next I have these images from an animation that I did in foundation. Again, horrible animation, horrible stop motion, didn't have a clue what I was doing, but that's why I just included the stills for my portfolio and then showed the best videos when it came to showing videos. So I had the storyboard for this, which I did in my sketchbook, and I actually did this before I made the film, which I never really do. I quite like these storyboards because they're quite colourful very inky. Yeah, happy with that. And then for that stop motion film, these were my character designs and turnarounds. So we have this weird alien character and then this little kind of turnip thing, and both I made out of just that, like, you know, that Das clay that you get in Casa. They should sponsor me. And loads of plasticine and other bits and bobs. These next two were just some random collages that I made in the fine art class. I kind of made these two things to go alongside some tubes. I really enjoyed the fine art class. Next I have kind of some images from an animatic I made, so this was just kind of pencil drawings. This one was pretty good. It was like a 15-minute long film. With a pretty good storyline. These were my character designs for the film, so there were these kind of alien people, so this person, and there were two others that looked kind of similar, and then there were these alien things that are on the planet that they arrive on, and then just kind of like these eyes, and I was just really into drawing stuff like that. Then I included all the storyboards, since it was just an animatic. I never actually made the film because it was so long. I've got pages and pages of this 15-minute film, which is probably the longest video I've ever made. That's not a music video or like a commission. And finally I have some close-ups of a painting that I did that is currently in my mum's kitchen, and it was just I had this really weird dream of these three cities in the sky, and they're each different, and so I tried to paint it to remember it. This is the last page in my portfolio of the whole painting, and so yeah, it's really weird. I had this dream that I saw these three cities in the sky. This one in the middle was golden and it was beaming, and it looked like there were loads of people working there. It looked like a big power plant, it looked really busy. And then we had this one, which was dark and purple, and it was kind of shady and a bit scary, but also the one I was kind of interested in most. And then we have this one, which I found even more interesting. It was like from far away, it looked like a busy city made out of like estate blocks, and when you looked closer it kind of looked like everything was in the comic book style, and then when you got even closer you realised the blocks were actually scaffolding with like wallpaper on the outside, and inside they were actually empty, and so it was actually an abandoned city that just looked like it was really busy from the outside. Thanks for joining me on this video. When I first found that portfolio, I felt pretty proud of myself that I'd done all that work, and then most of it was done in the last few months of my foundation course. But the other part of me, when I looked at that portfolio, felt quite ashamed that I hadn't been making work of that high standard, or work that I was really proud of. But hopefully I'll be able to look back on these things and carry on the ideas. Hope you enjoyed my video, and see you in the next one.